Hey everybody, this is Albin Myers, and today I'm talking about my latest single, That House. First off, I just want to say thank you so much for listening to the song. It's really nice to get this kind of support from you guys from the start. So today I'm just going to go through some steps on how I created this song. So I was in this MOHAWK and the Kid zone. For you who doesn't know, MOHAWK and the Kid is my other project that I have together with my son, or I created it when my son was born, a couple of months after he was born. A sound that is more into the filter house style that came in the mid-90s, early 2000s. Daft Punk is probably one of the most famous ones from that era. So anyway, I was scrolling, looking for inspiration, samples and stuff like that. And I was going through some bass samples and I found this one. And I was like, oh, I like that. Started cutting up the loop. Time stretching it. Okej, det var den jag använde. So then I use some parts of that, and then I have dum 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 dum. So I think, if I remember correctly,
If I recall correctly,
this one did do. So it was the key of the bass was a little bit high, so I transposed it, the whole thing down. After I cut it together, I processed the bass, and as I said, transposed the key down to get it a little bit more heavy. Get more heavy, a more heavy sound to it. And then I just EQ'd it, like you can see here. Put on a radiator just to get a little bit more crunch. Decapitator on top of that, so even more crunchy. One more channel EQ. So there's a lot of process going on there. And as you can hear, and then without everything on, there's a difference. I thought that the low end of the bass wasn't good enough, so I added my own bass under that toppy slap bass. Together with, as usual, wobbles. And together you have that. So everything is really rumbly, in the bottom. But that's really nice, it gets a good feeling, a good energy to it. So while creating this song, which I thought was going to be a MOHAWK and the Kid song, since it became more and more heavy, and MOHAWK and the Kid is a bit lighter style of house, I felt that this got more and more into the Albin Myers folder. So I decided to continue with this as an Albin Myers track. And listening to these kind of old filter house songs, since I was very much inspired by them in making this song, I wanted to have that filter effect that is frequently used back then, especially by Bangalter, Thomas from Daft Punk. You can listen to his song Colossus, which really has that kind of auto filter vibe. builds a lot of tension. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what hardware he was using back then. Tried to figure it out. I didn't find anything. Maybe some of you know what hardware was used to do that filter. But I used the auto filter that's built in Logic and tried to do some kind of modulation that sounded similar to that style. And then you can see here the auto filter working. And that together with a lot of effects that I created. Let's see here. And these are really easy to create yourself. Just take a note. Or you can just draw it out and stretch it out like this. Then you have the pitch bend. I took the pitch bend and I draw it up and down. I took a 36. So the range is very far. Like you go spanning of 6 octaves or something like that. Bounce that out into one single file, and voila, you have that. So that's quite easy to do. So also when I was making this song, I had some other people in the studio complex. You just want to show them what you're working on. And I remember I was working on this and I was like, it's really nice. I'm just looking for a vocal like that funk, that soul, that house. And I was like, okay, that should work pretty good. That funk, that soul, that house. So I did the vocals, I pitched it down, bounced that out, and then put on a new channel with EQs, vocal, flanger, de-esser, blah blah boo, ba ba bee, bada boo, bada bee, bada boo, bada bee, all that kind of stuff. And it turned out like this.
Funk, that soul, that house. That funk, that soul, that house.
And also used the chorus just to spread it out, so it feels like it's everywhere, the vocal.
Funk, that soul, that house.
Almost like a mantra, like the funk,
that soul, that house. That funk, that soul, that house.
And then of course some loops, kick, the kick, the kick. And of course, the Kashmir brass. But it's good. It has a spread, and together with the other sounds, it gets much bigger. So layering, guys, layering.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on happening. Whole build up. As I showed you before, I had this long sweeps. Listen to the effects. Let's see. A bunch of those things. That wide subwoof is a serum bass. So as you can see here, I have L3 Multi-Maximizer, API 560, Ozone 9, and L1 limiter. So when it was done, this is all on the master. And I thought it sounded good, so I didn't do anything else. And maybe some of you guys just gonna say, actually you should put the Ozone 9 on after you have bounced your final song to get the master. And you know what? Maybe you're right. But I felt like, this sounds great. I don't need to do anything else. It's mastered. It's done. Boom, 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 boom. Didn't need to add anything. Felt right, felt chunky, compressed, good, everything. So the master was made in the arrangement. And I think the end result is really good. I really enjoyed this song, and I'm happy that you guys have sent me all this positive feedback of the song. I think it combines a lot of the stuff that I've been listening to, especially house music from the late 90s up until now, having bits and pieces, so it feels like old school, but at the same time the mix down is bigger. It got more low end than maybe the tracks made 20 years ago. So all in all, I think it became a really fun track, and I'm so stoked to play this hopefully soon, just to hear how it sounds in a big sound system. So yeah, it has the attitude, it has the raw energy. Thank you for watching. While doing these videos, I'm just talking. I don't know if I get everything that you... if there's anything that you think is missing, let me know. I'm gonna try to involve everything that's going down when I'm making a track. Anyway, hope you're having a great summer. Please subscribe. Please stream That House. And I hope to see you soon at a festival or a nightclub. Thank you. Ooh.